So for those of you who don't know, Azeema is a collective, a magazine, and most recently also a creative agency, which champions representation of women from the Middle East, North Africa, and South Asia and beyond. It was set up by founder and editor Jameela Elfaki as her final major project at Central St. Martin's. Now, Jameela is joining us this evening to talk us through basically how this uni project blossomed into a kind of amazing hybrid that is Azeema today. So Jameela, if you could turn on your audio and video as well, if you're there.
Hello.
Hiya. How you doing?
Hi. How are you doing?
Yeah, all good. Where are you calling in from? You're in London.
Well, this is currently calling from Azima HQ in London.
Right. Nice.
I guess my flat.
Right. And I guess like you guys are very much like a collective. I mean, that must be tricky kind of collaborating when you're all kind of, I guess like in different parts of the country or different parts of the world and trying to collaborate on something. How's that been in lockdown?
It's pretty much the same, actually. The only difference is that we can't meet up in person and have our meetings, or we can't shoot the things for the next issue. So it's kind of changed the way that we work in that way, but we kind of are remote anyway. So we're always talking over WhatsApp or over emails. So in some ways it's changed, and in some ways it hasn't. Right. So yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like you're quite well set up for the lockdown. Okay, I'm going to leave you to share your screen now and start your presentation. And
I hope this works.
We have, we tested it. It looked good.
We tested it. Okay, let me see.
And just for everyone else, again, that Q&A function is there if you want to put a question to Jameela for afterwards. It looks like it's working, so I'm gonna duck away.
Okay, great. So yeah, I'm Jameela. I am the founder and the editor-in-chief of Azima. And Matt kindly introduced me there. Azima is a magazine, platform, and now a creative agency celebrating women from the Middle East, North Africa, and South Asian diasporas and beyond. It's a bit of a mouthful, but incredible. So I'm going to start with a little bit about me. So this is me. And I'm half Sudanese, half English, and I'm based in London. And I just wanted to show you some of my work because I am a photographer. So a lot of my work is, I shoot a lot for the magazine as well, and I'm the creative director of Azima. So I basically look after all of the visual elements to the magazine and the overall kind of visual identity of the mag. And a lot of my work focuses on the visibility of women of colour. That's super important to me, and kind of exploring heritage through visual arts. The first issue came about as my final major project at university, and it was a solo project at the very beginning. And I studied fashion communication and promotion at Central St. Martin's, and it was a really diverse course that kind of pushed us to our absolute limits creatively, and they push you to make some kind of publication or magazine at the end. And Azima was kind of it came out of like feelings of frustration and there being like a lack of representation for women like myself with dual heritage, feeling disconnected from the motherland and your background. And I really wanted to make something that kind of brought all of that together. So the visuals that I have on the screen now are from the first issue. And yeah, I think this issue they're all really special to me, each one that we've made, but I think this one's got to be the most special as it was the first one. But yeah, it was really born out of a place of like discomfort with my own identity, and it really served as an outlet to explore this. But yeah, I guess one of the things I didn't realize when I was making the first issue is how much it would resonate with other people. And I was flooded with messages from other young women and everyone saying how much they appreciated what I'd made. And so it was such a surprise, but like really amazing as well. And I guess from there, a team kind of formed, and this is a little Polaroid of us, minus one. But this is my incredible team, and we work together now to make the the magazine happened, the issues, the content for online, and on the agency. But yeah, I'll kind of briefly sum everybody up. I have Sanaya, who is my deputy. She's an incredible asset to Azima and has been with me from quite early on. She's an organisational queen, helps me do everything. Noor is our senior editor and features. She does a lot of the writing. Eva, who is our culture editor and an incredible artist. Ella, our stylist and fashion editor. And Shema, who's our newest addition, who does a lot of writing as well. She's incredibly talented. So I'm really lucky to work with these girls every day on Azima. This is issue 2. You can kind of see like the visual identity kind of goes through it's all the kind of same from, not the same, but it's kind of a continuation of the first issue in some ways. But these are some of my favorite images from issue 2. And in the center, there's a beautiful feature that we did about, we interviewed 12 women on their own relationships with their bodies and their self-image. And it was really, really amazing to hear what everyone had to say about that. And it was really really amazing project. Yeah, and then, oh, I don't know if you guys can see that. The third issue, it was a further continuation of that, and we gave it the theme of movement, and we wanted to explore everything from like connectivity to dance to love to the movement of people. It was really broad, and it gave us the opportunity to explore this like really widely, visually and through women's stories and experiences, which was incredible. I think my lap is being really slow. Okay, yeah, this is some BTS, some behind the scenes of the making of the mag. And I think a lot of the time when it comes to publications, you expect it to be this glossy, big team with like lots of money, and in actual fact, it's us sitting in our flats, like, or, you know, like we're on set, very hands-on. Some of these pictures, you can see one of them, the top right, I think, that was when we went to Egypt and we shot at the pyramids, and I think it was like 40 degrees or something. It was insanely hot, but like one of the best days. And like, I think everything we do with Azima is like a crazy, amazing experience. But yeah, I just wanted to shed some light on the behind the scenes. This leads me on to the agency kind of part of it. So I guess it kind of was a natural progression from the magazine, because we realised not just how important it was as a platform, but there was space to make a difference in the commercial and fashion and media kind of industries as well. And we could really push that with what our messages are and everything. So this is some screen grabs from the film we did for Nike, which was an insane project to work on, and like I think the best thing we've worked on so far. And it was directed by Nadira Amrani, who is incredible, Algerian director, and we interviewed and filmed 3 incredible women from London and captured their stories through this film. We also did a photo series for Nike, capturing 6 women in their natural sporting habitats, and like documented their stories as well. And I think this is kind of like the first time Nike have done something like this, so it was really special to be a part of that and be behind that. We also did the launch event for this, which was at the Nike store, which was also super special, because I think this is the first time we were able to, you know, bring our community to this space. And I think definitely the first time that henna has ever been done, or Middle Eastern tunes or like South Asian tunes were played in the store. So that was really, really special. And yeah, we had an incredible panel talk, which was curated by the team as well. But yeah, so it was really amazing to be able to kind of bring to kind of make this change, I guess, and really visibly see it. It's the first time I've ever seen this kind of work in the windows of Nike, and I definitely didn't see that growing up. So it's really special to be able to make that content, and for the generations that are yet to come. This is another project we did with Nike and Tripping World. But yeah, like this is kind of where we're going with it, and it's still very new. There's still lots to learn, but it's a really exciting new like venture for Azima. But yeah, I'm gonna round it off there, but thank you so much for having me.
Thanks, Jameela. That was amazing. That was such a great, whistle-stop tour through everything you've done over the past couple of years. It's so good. There's quite a few questions have come through, so I'm going to just fire them at you, if that's all right.
Go for it.
One of them is from someone who I think understands the creative magazine market. They say, how do you approach standing out and getting circulation in a very crowded market?
I think it's just about your vision, and I think if you have a strong message and those two things combined, I think is what will set you apart. It's really important to have a really strong identity with your work if you're making a magazine, and that's what makes it special.
Yeah, it's something that you guys have done so well, I think, is cornering that or finding that market, that kind of niche that you guys have done, brilliantly. Another question that came through is, how do you go about bringing politics and activism into your work? I think this is probably something that a lot of people are thinking now is, they have their creative careers, but they want to do something that's a bit more kind of political, maybe, led by activism. Any tips for anyone who's in that situation?
I think it's just about, I think it really helps if you know about the subject that you're kind of wanting to be political about. So I guess for Azima, it's quite natural for us to talk about some political things, as it's in our nature to, and subject matter to mention those things. So I think if you're going to be political, just tread carefully and do your research, and go for it, really. I think it's all good.
And finally, someone was commenting that your color is amazing in your photographs. They're just asking, what do you usually shoot on? What do you usually use to shoot your stuff?
So I use I shoot most of my work on film, which is probably why it's got that color palette to it. I think there's something beautiful about film. It just captures colors and skin tones really beautifully. So I much prefer shooting on film than say like digital, but yeah, that's probably why you can see the color palette like that.
Perfect. Well, thanks so much, Jameela. Honestly, that was fantastic. Really appreciate you joining us.
Thanks for having me.
All right.